Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with Technical Solutions. Hope that you guys are all having an amazing Thanksgiving. A super quick update for you guys. I'm sure some of you guys might have heard the news. Meta Platforms CEO, known as Mark Zuckerberg, founder, is set to resign early 2023. Now, one of the things that I do want to start off by saying is I dug a little bit deeper, and the representative for press, Andy Stone, said that is not true, right? But just on the idea of Mark Zuckerberg announcing, or this leak announcement of him resigning as CEO, caused the actual stock to go up. And this is something that I want to talk about, like why are people assuming that he would step down as CEO. And I want to point out three things. The first thing is he's laid off 11,000 employees based off of the recent quarterly earnings, right? They talked about this. The stock originally actually began to go up, but he took full accountability and full responsibility for that layoff. And obviously, a lot of people were upset because of that. The second thing that I want to talk about is how much has Meta Platforms lost in the past year. Well, previous all-time highs, I don't know if you can see it back here, is $384.33. So if we go to previous all-time highs at $384.33 to where we're at right now, it has lost over 70% in just the past year. Now, again, please note that the overall NASDAQ market has been down over 25 to 30% year over year. So it's not much of a surprise that it is down. But the last thing that I want to talk about is what has caused this accelerated sell-off. Now, this really began within its first quarterly earnings starting early 2022, and that's because of the investment that Meta Platforms, originally known as Facebook, began to make into the metaverse, right? They are burning through around $5 billion every quarter. Now, don't get me wrong. The umbrella of Meta Platforms is made up of now Metaverse, but also Facebook, also Instagram, and also WhatsApp. Now, Facebook and Instagram alone are huge revenue sources for Meta Platforms. And the thing that you need to know is that, they're not lacking by any means. They're still very strong cash producing revenue sources, but simply the metaverse and the investment into the metaverse that Mark Zuckerberg is the kind of like pioneer for is just costing Facebook or Meta Platforms a lot of money quarter after quarter. It's literally $5 billion that they're burning through every single quarter. And this is what caused the stock to kind of experience this expedited sell-off, right? We could see that it previously, before they reported quarterly earnings, I remember this like it was yesterday. They were trading right around 320, 325. We just made a video about Meta Platforms, and there was talk about their investment into the metaverse. Little did we know that it was going to drop 20%. It was one of the biggest drops ever for a company of this large of a market cap. It went from highs of 326 to lows of 242. I feel like a lot of people don't understand how significant that was for something like Meta Platforms. Meta Platform was literally a market leader for tech companies, and it lost 20%, nearly 25% of its valuation just in one day. And ever since then, every single quarter after that, right when you think that it's already cheap enough, it continues to get cheaper. And this is why a lot of people are making the assumption of, Mark Zuckerberg, not just because of its recent layoffs, not just because of losing 70%, but because of this investment that he tried to be the pioneer for of the Meta Platforms or metaverse that is costing them $5 billion every single quarter, or $20 billion, 20 to 25 billion every single year. A lot of shareholders do not believe in the metaverse itself and are starting to not believe in Mark Zuckerberg himself, right? And this is why I wanted to not just talk about why people are assuming that Mark Zuckerberg will potentially resign, but maybe it's more of people. Maybe it's more of like an opinion that's coming from within of maybe why he should resign, right? And I wanted to get your guys' thoughts. Imagine you being someone that's been heavily invested into something like Meta or Facebook. If you actually dig a little bit deeper, it's easy for us to say that like, oh well, it's definitely a tough time right now, but not a lot of companies that were this big are struggling this bad, right? If you look at where Meta is right now, trading at 108, this is one thing that I really like to do right now. I like to look back when it previously had a value of around where it's at right now. So right now we're at 112, right? We previously hit lows of around $80 to $90 a share. And again, if you date back all the way down to what are we looking at? We're looking to early 2017 or late 2016. Think about that. But think about how an investor that has poured tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of dollars, and that has made money into something like Meta platforms, and then guess what? In just 1 year, you give back everything that it took for you to make in 6 years, right? 6 years of growth was given back in simply 1 year because of someone's decision to try to invest into the Meta platforms. Now, if the Meta platforms does, or the metaverse does end up playing out the way that Mark Zuckerberg expected, it's expected that Meta platforms can 10 to 20x from where it's currently valued at. But as of right now, based off of their current layoffs, based off of their current loss of market value, and based off of his current run rate or burn rate of the overall cash that they're burning through every single quarter, it doesn't seem like it's going to be something that's going to be very likely. I'm excited to follow up, but again, the reason I'm providing you guys with this update is I feel like Meta is going to be something that we're going to want to pay close attention to this upcoming week to see if the markets continue to sell off, including Meta, and or if the markets actually begin to pick up in the news that Mark Zuckerberg will be resigning as CEO. So feel free to comment down below any of your thoughts. Again, if you guys have any questions, you guys can feel free to reach out to me via Discord, which is the first link in the description. I know a lot of you guys are going to be spending time with family, at least that's what I plan to do. So if you guys, again, just have time that you want to set aside, and or if you have any questions during the holidays, you're more than welcome to reach out to me, but just know that it will most likely take a little bit longer for me to respond. And then also, again, if you want to be able to watch me trade live every single day, one of our Black Friday deals that we have going on is the second link in the description. We're giving away $6,500 cash. All you have to do is sign up for LPP 2.0, and this giveaway ends on November 28th. We're going to be announcing 3 winners. One winner will win $3,500, second winner will win $2,000, and third winner will win $1,000. Again, all you have to do is sign up for LPP 2.0. You will get $150 off by using promo code Black Friday at checkout, and you get automatically entered into our Black Friday giveaway in effort to win the total prizes of $6,500. So I appreciate your time. If you have any questions, you guys know how to reach out to me. Hope that we earned a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing, and like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.